Guys, this is the continued part of the AutoCAD tutorial. So in today's lesson, we will see the modify. In this video, we will see the modify panel of the Home tab. The modify panel helps us to change or edit an existing object. You have to understand this. We are modifying an existing object. We cannot modify, or it's not a draw. We are not drawing. We are just already existing or drawn object, modifying existing objects. Modify helps us to modify. It's not a drawing object tool, it's a modifying tool. The tools are the move tool, the copy, the rotate, the mirror. The moves used to move, copy is copy as the name indicates, rotate rotates at some angle, mirror it gives you the mirror of the object, and you can all delete the original object or keep the original object as well. The scale command helps to scale up or scale down the object. The trim frames, objects, extend also extends, offsets to offset at some distance. Fillet is kind of a smooth curve chamfer, and the fillet are all similar. This one is curved one, and this one chamfer is some of straight line kind type of smoothing ends. And the arrays to modify an object in array form. So this is how it works. Let's see the move command. To move an object, an already drawn object, use move command. The command line that you need to write is move. The shortcut is M, and the toolbar is the move toolbar. So let's go ahead and use the toolbars. I'm not going to use the command line. I'll show you at the end of this session. I'll show you all the commands so that you can use them. The command also the shortcuts if you want, but I'm not using the commands that I just use the toolbars. So that's easier way of drawing in AutoCAD. So drawing or modifying objects in AutoCAD. So let's go ahead and see. I am opening this AutoCAD drawing here, as I saved already in part 1 and part. This is part 3 as I said, the continued part. The first one is move command. Let's say you want to move this rectangle right here somewhere, and click the move command right here. This is the move command. You click it. The command line prompts what that says move select object. It prompts to ask you to select the object. Make sure to learn AutoCAD first time. You have to learn or follow the command line orders, or reading the command lines is the best way of working AutoCAD at a beginner. So what says select the object, the moves selects the object. Select object. If it is one object, you can just click on it. This way is selecting the object, or Control G, make it Control G. The other way is window selection. Let's go ahead and move on. Window selection from left to right. When you select from left to right, selection should be the window should enclose all the object parts. For example, like this one. It's already selected. This is how you select. Control T. Let's go back. The other selection way is move command again from right to left. When right to left, you don't need to enclose all parts of the object. If you touch just some part of the object will be selected. Look at right from left. See, select all. Then what say? To confirm that you are done with the selection, you click enter. Then it asks you to specify the base point. The base point, that means from point where is the displacement going to be calculated. I just clicked here. See, then move it some distance. If you have distance that you are going to move, or if horizontal, you can move it. You see these guidelines, I can move it to a straight line. If ortho is on, you can make ortho on, and at the same time move this one at like this is 355 distance is to 70. Okay, let me make it 300 meters. 300. Enter. See, this is another rectangle which moved 300 meters from the base point we selected in horizontal direction. But you can move this in vertical direction if you want this way, or in any direction. But if you are moving in some angle, you can use polar coordinates, or you can use arbitrary angles by clicking off the ortho command. This is how you work on base on move command. That's so easy. What's the next command we are going to see? This is the move command. The next one is the copy command. What's the command for the copy command? The command is copy, shortcut CO, and the toolbar is the copy toolbar. Let's copy this rectangle as well. Let's go ahead and is the copy command. Click. Click the copy command. Select the object. Let me select the objects. Escape, Control Z. Just click the copy command. Copy select objects. I select the objects. Then to show that your selection is ended up, you should click enter after you CAD asks you to specify the base point. You click the base point at any point. Second point from this to this. Copy. Let me turn off. And specify second point. See? What is the difference between then escape? The difference between move and the copy is the move. Move tools just moves the first object and puts in some, it puts on some other place. The original object just moves. In copy, the original place, the original object stays, and at the same time we have the copy of that. You have two objects now. You see this one right here and the other one right here. We have two objects because we are making a copy of it. Simple as copying. You can copy also one object as an array or like that, and copy to make several copies of one object at one time, and you can try that by yourself. The next command we'll see is after copy command is the rotate an object. To rotate an object, the command is rotate. The shortcut is arrow, and toolbar is rotate toolbar. You rotate an object into a sub angle. So this helps to rotate. See. This is the rotate toolbar. When you hover next to any toolbar, it tells you what thing is gonna do. The toolbar does for you. So whenever hover on the toolbars, so that's how you. If you don't know, if you are not familiar with the toolbars, that's what you should do. This is you hover, you get closer to it, and card tells you what it does. And let me click on rotate. Now follow the command prompt here. Rotate select object. Select object from right to left. Okay. Then after finishing the selection, you always click enter to show that you finished the selection. Enter. Specify base point. At the same time, you can show the base point. Then specify rotation angle. You can input angle. Let me put 45. 45. See, the angles are measured in counterclockwise from the x direction. Angles are measured counterclockwise in the x direction. So this angle from the x direction is 45. So this is rotated in 45 degree. So this is how you rotate. Some angle, you rotate at an angle or arbitrary angle. So next command we're going to see is the scale command. What does the scale command do? It scales up or scales down. Command is scale, shortcut is SC, and toolbar is scale toolbar. Let's go ahead and use scale command. Here is the scale command. Here is the scale command. Select object. Let me select this object. There. So if I select base point, here you go. Scale factor. Let me give it 2. 2. Enter. So it enlarged it twice. So it multiplies it by 2. This is how you scale it up. What about if you want to minimize or downsize it? Go ahead again to scale command. Select object. You can select from left to right. Then enter. Scale specify base point. Here you go. Scale specify scale factor. Let me put 0.5. 0.5 or half. Oh, hold on 1 second. 0.5. Enter. See, now this is the original object because I previously I scaled up by 2 twice by 2. Now I scaled down by 0.5. So this was the original square I was drawn, and that's how you use a scale command. The next command we are going to see is the mirror command. The mirror command used to mirror an object, means the mirror of an object, mirror of reflection of an object. Because if you draw the half of some object, you can mirror it and just draw the half of the part. For example, in mechanical sections or construction drawings, you can draw half part of a drawing and then mirror it to get the full object, and you can delete either the first part, the first original, or keep it as it is and keep pause. Let's see here. Here is the command for mirror. Here, I will click this one. Select object. I'm selecting this object. Then confirm that you finished the selection. Here you go. This is my first point of mirror line. So here you go. Let me click put auto on and draw here. Here you go. Other line point. There you go. Now it says asks you erase source object or keep the source object. You can click yes. Erase. When you click yes, it's gonna erase the first one, but I will keep pause. No. So I will say no. Then already by default is no, so enter. See, now I have two objects, this one and this one. If let's say this was this one is a house plan that I have drawn. Now by mirroring to the other one, but actually you are having a floor plan of two houses have sharing now a wall. So you can copy as well. You can mirror this to park so that you can have four as well. So speeds up your work. So let me show you. Now click the mirror command again. Select the objects. Let me select this one. Okay, enter. Okay, there you go. The mirror line. There you go. Enter. Now we have uh, four floor plans sharing a wall from one plan. We just have done just one, and we mirror the first one. Then we mirror back those two back, and we still can mirror those fours toward this, so that we can have multiples by mirroring and keeping the original one. So mirror is a powerful tool as well. So you have to understand mirroring, mirroring line, and uh, there are some tricks you have to understand, especially when you are sharing of a wall and mirroring. This is a line with no thickness, but if it is a wall, you have to mirror on center lines or like that, center lines of a wall. So this is how we do. Now let me go ahead and be on wall to last and let me draw a rectangle for our next. Okay, let me be on furniture layer for next for door and walls. Delete this one. Okay, we have seen the mirror command. The next one will be trim command and extend. I will see both trim and extend as okay. The trim command of an object. The trim command trims an object, and the commands are trim, and the shortcut is TR, and the toolbar is the trim toolbar. And the extend an object, the command is extend, and the shortcut is AX, and the toolbar is extend toolbar. So let's see both commands. It is the trim command. The trim command. Trim command trims object to meet the edge of the other object. So how you use the trim command? The trim object selects the boundary, then press enter and select the objects that you want to trim. So the first thing you need to trim is to define the boundary. Select the boundary. First define it, then select the boundary. Then enter, press enter, then select the objects that you need to trim. So to trim this line right here, let me draw another line. That is the trim boundary. If I am going to trim it in the midpoint, let me draw. Let me use this as a trim, as a line or a trim boundary. So let's go ahead and say trim command, use trim command, trim, then trim select object or select. This is the boundary. You select the object is a trim boundary. You select this one, okay. Then enter to confirm that you end up with boundary is. Then select what to trim. If you want to trim this one, you click this way. If you want to trim this end, you can trim this one. So now if I delete this one, I see this is what I want. This is half the length of the original line. This is how it trim. What about if you want to extend? Let's draw a line now again. Just now let's draw a line. There you go. Another line. Then the trim toolbar is embedded inside the extend toolbar is if you extend a line, the extend toolbar is embedded inside trim toolbar. That's here you go. Extend. Then select the boundary. Let's select this edge, select object, that's a boundary. You need to select the boundary. After selecting once the boundary, you finish selecting boundaries, you can select multiple boundaries. Usually, if you have multiple boundaries you are selecting, you need to select multiple boundaries and tell CAD that you finished selection. Always after selecting something, you need to tell CAD that you finished selecting, you finished selecting by clicking enter. Enter already. Okay, now select object to extend. I'm selecting this object to extend. Select. You see? Now it extended this way. So selection and trim works this way. The other thing, let me show you some other trick on trim, and let me say, hold on 1 second, I'll show you. Let's say, let me draw a house plan, random house plan. Escape. Then offset, let me offset. Offset command. Just let me use just one to offset distance. Select offsets lines. Let's look. This is the corner of the offset lines. Now if I want to delete those things right here, let's trim. Let's click trim line, right click, trim, enter. Just click enter. Just no selection, nothing. Enter. Click here. It's release on direction that you want to see. Just enter. And as well, you can just trim, enter, and click in direction you want to trim. This is how clear the corners of a house plan so quickly. Okay, if you come here also, and just keep on trimming this way. There are other quick ways. If you download some like AutoCAD, some ads that helps to fasten those things. But if you are using simple AutoCAD 2080 or like that, this is how you trim it. The fastest way to do trimming or extending lines. So, for example, if you extend the first trimmed lines, for example, I can go ahead and click extend, then enter. Then I come here and click. I come here closer to the end I want to extend and click. Now it's extended. That's how you do extending, clicking, extending and trimming. You click. The next command we'll see is the powerful tool that is the offset command. The offset command. Let's see here. Offset command. Let's say we are doing a house plan of Yes, plan of 10 by 10, 10 by 10, 10 meter by 10 meter. My units are 10 meters, so already I set up my units meter. So let's draw a rectangle. Click here and shift at 10, comma 10. Enter. This is the house plan, 10 by 10 square. More borders of the house plan, floor plan, borders of the house plan. Let's offset this uh, to make to draw a wall. Since a wall is 20 centimeters, that is 0.2 meter, we offset by 20 to make a wall. We offset it by 0.2 meters. Since our drawing unit is a meter, make sure you are not offsetting by 20 because you have to use consistent units in AutoCAD. If you are drawing in meters, then everything should be entered in meter. So the walls are 20 centimeters, 20 centimeters, but you are using your drawing unit is in meters. Our drawing unit is in meters because I said drawing unit meters before. For in previous videos, you have seen that I've said, or stated that the drawing unit is in meter. So now click offset. Look, what does it ask you when you click offset? Specify offset distance. Or if you know the point through which you are offsetting, you can use the through code, the through option. Through option. For that, you click T, just T. Or I'm not using that one or that option for now. Just offset distance. That is 0.2. Enter. Then select object. Select object to offset. Here I click. Then enter. Specify point on side offset. If a point shows this way, it specifies on the other side. But words are drawn internally from external edge, so show inside. You click inside here. The other thing, the rectangle is not uh, see, not a combination of four lines, but it's a simple object. So it's one object. So it's sometimes difficult to such kind of edit such kind of objects. So you can explode those lines. Click, type X in the command line for explode, and select objects. You can select this way both objects. Yeah, in there. Now these objects have separate lines are separate. So this is how you do wall lines by using the offset command. The offset command asks you first the offset distance, then the side in which you are going to offset, and the objects you are going to offset. Let's go ahead and try it again. Um, let me let me offset. Here you go. Select object offset, object distance. Let me put just uh, let's say we are going to divide this halfway. So offset distance is going to be through this point. So let's put T. If I know the through point, T in there. Skip, offset, offset, T through. through this point. Here you go. So how we do this? Escape. Let me show you. Control D. Follow the command line. That's how the trick. The trick is there. Offset. Okay. Through some point. Let's say this through this midpoint. I wanted to offset through this. Then it says, let's say T for through. Then select the object to offset. I wanted to offset this line. Then through which midpoint? Through the midpoint. Here you go. Now I offset this line through the midpoint. That's how you use offset command. Now the next one. Let's go ahead and see the next command. Let me skip this one. Array the erase an object. To erase an object. How do you erase an object? Let's go ahead and see. Let's say we don't want these things. To erase an object, click the erase command right here. Then select. You select the object. You need to select the object. Select. I told you about selection from left to right, right to left. Right to left is the easiest one. You don't have the window all to cover all the materials. This is how you select the object. Then enter. It's already deleted. So Control Z to get back to the original one. So this is how you delete. Selection is from window selection way from right to left to right. Remember how to select things. The stretch command. The next one is the stretch command. The command is stretch. The shortcut is S. The toolbar is stretch toolbar. So let's say this is a stretch toolbar. Select objects. Here you go. Then after you end up with selection, you need to click enter. This 5 base point. You can base point. Here you go. Specify second point. You can click here. See? It is stretch. See. Bring is some smooth in some way. It's similar to moving it. The fillet an object. Alright, the next command is the fillet command and the chamfer command. For the chief fillet command, command is fillet, shortcut is F. The toolbar is the fillet toolbar. And for chamfer as well, chamfer command. The command is chamfer. The shortcut is CHA, and toolbar is chamfer toolbar. Here you go how we do fillets. Let's see. Let's take this drawing as an example. 1 second. Let me trim this edge to make it clear. Enter. trim it. Enter. We trim this. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Let's go ahead to fillet command right here. This is the fillet command. And inside it, we have chamfer command as well. Blade curve is also is inside there. So click the fillet, brings the edge smoother. It makes edge of something smoother with a smooth curve. So what it says, select the first object. Select the first object. Then the second object. There you go. Yeah, yes, it is. The main thing you have to understand, if your chamfer or fillet radius is by default 0, you have to change the radius first to some number. Like mine is now 3, but if you by default is 0, it doesn't show you. Let me show you that. Click fillets. Now you have to adjust the radius. To adjust the radius, click R for radius right here, R. So click R and enter. So by default it's 3 right here. So let me make it 0 even, or 1. 1, okay. This is how you change it. Enter. Then go ahead and now click the first object to fillet, then the second. Yeah, this is very smaller than the first one. You see, if it is 0 by default, it's not showing you any kind of smooth curve edge. It shows you just a sharp edge. So this is how you do. Let's go ahead and check the chamfer command. To use chamfer an object, the command is chamfer, and shortcut is CHA, and the toolbar is chamfer toolbar. And chamfer toolbar is embedded inside the fillet toolbar. So go ahead and click chamfer toolbar. Now see there are options. Distance method. You can select that by inputting D to input distance. D enter for distance. Chamfer specify first chamfer distance. So the distance, first chamfer distance, let's say 3, enter 3 units, and it asks you to specify second chamfer distance, let's say it's 2, enter, then select the first line. So if you are selecting the first line, means chamfer distance you entered first for the first line is that's the first line chamfer distance. There you go. And the second line, there you go. You see, this is 3 for the first line, that's longer, and the shorter for the second line, chamfered this way. The other thing, you can use angle for chamfering. Let's see how to use chamfering for the angle for chamfering. So for angle, input of angle, you put A for angle. Option A is this is a blue highlighted one. A, then enter. Okay. Specify chamfer length on the first line. Let's say 5 or 2. Enter. Then the angle. Let's say specify first chamfer A angle from the first line. I will make this one the first line. So let's make it 45. Enter. Then chamfer select the second line. I select skip, hold on 1 second. Let me go ahead and try it again. Here you go. Says chamfer, select angle, A for angle, enter. Then chamfer length on first line, specify chamfer length on first line. Let's make this 3, enter. Specify chamfer angle from the first line, 45, enter. Select the first line, here you go. Then select the second line, here you go. See, this is a 45-degree angle, 3 units from the first line, and a 45-degree from the first line. This is how you do chamfers. So our next toolbar will be explode. Explode helps us to explode a polyline or for example, one object into its counterparts. Let's say let's do rectangle. Here you go. And put X for the shortcut, X for explode, enter. Then select the object. Object selected, enter. Now it's separate line. The rectangle is not one object, is a combination of 4 lines now. See? This one is by itself, this one is the other. Export command helps us to export blocks and polylines. Let's draw a polyline. Let's see, here you go. 1, 2, and let me turn off ortho and draw a curve. To draw a curve, go to arc, A for curve, arc, and click here. Click A for arc, enter. Here you go, arc. Now another arc. Now another arc. This is a polyline. So, you see, escape after you finish. If you click here, this is same one line, but if you can explode it, click here, right X, enter. Then select the object, select it. Already exploded. So you can explode, and that's how you use explode command. The other tool is the join tool. The join tool helps to join and explode. Let me do this one. This is join. Join. The join toolbar. Oh, hold on 1 second. Join toolbar. Let's draw polyline again. Here you go. Here you go. Then for A for arcs, then enter. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Enter. Let's see. This is one polyline. Let's use explode X for the exploding. X, enter. Then click it. Select the object, enter. Now it's simple object. You can join this thing. Click J. Next, the next command we are going to see is align object command. Okay, the command line. Uh, the command is align. Shortcut is align. Toolbar. The toolbar is align toolbar. And let's draw a triangle here first to show you. I'll show you this. Let's draw a line. Ortho off. In order to make ortho off and draw this cross triangle. Hold on 1 second. Let me draw a rectangle right here for this purpose. Okay. Now go ahead and I want to align this on this triangle. I want to align this triangle, this rectangle on this hypotenuse of this triangle. Let me use a different color for. Let me delete this one and use different color for the rectangle. To draw the rectangle. So this one is right here. So go ahead and click the align toolbar right here. This is align toolbar. It asks you align select object. This is the object I want to align. Enter. Align specify first source point. Here you go. Align first distribution point. I want to align this first point to this one. Align second source point. Source point is this one. Source of this triangle, and I want to align with this one. Now, see. I just want those 2 points to confirm finishing aligning. I click enter. Now it asks you scale object based on alignment pointers. Yeah, you see, you have to say yes, otherwise it's gonna be distorted. Yes, see. Now it's scaled it and already aligned it. This is how you align and draw. So I think okay, we are left with the. I've seen mirror 3D. The mirror 3D object is just like the mirror 2D, but it's not a tool that is existing here in 2D. Since we are learning a 2D environment, you have to go to 3D workspace to work on mirror 3D. So this is everything uh, we need to see on modified toolbar, and can go ahead and take a screenshot of those commands and shortcuts and keep a note for further reference if you want. It's easy, but go ahead and thank you for watching.